Modupe, thank you so much for your time today. I was talking about increased volumes coming through on Friday, and of course today we saw a nice increase up 0.7% for the NSE All Share. Give us an update on what you saw in today's trade.
Thank you very much. Actually, the market did go up slightly, and it was a welcome change from the down spiral that we'd seen all of last week. The upswing was attributed majorly to a couple of banks and one or two in the conglomerate sector as well that did very well. So all is on the on and up, as we hope.
Well, just taking a look at the value scenario, because we did see a substantial increase on Friday. Did this filter through in today's session as well?
I'm sorry?
Looking at the value traded in today's session, did we see the same trend emerging from Friday coming into today's session as well?
Pretty much. I think part of the expectation being that they didn't meet quite what came to the market has implications for how the market acted today. Summer months are always that way, so it's not totally out of the ordinary, but we expect that the CBN will step up.
All right, looking at the bond scenario versus equities, bond yields have risen quite substantially, so perhaps not as attractive to some investors as they were before. Do you expect this to change?
Not entirely, because the market is also responding to the fact that you have 700 billion recently approved for this month's allocation. So a lot of the bond traders are also energized by that. 3- and 5-year bonds are also going to be on auction on Wednesday, and there are implications for that. The long tenor bonds, yes, I expect experiencing quite a bit, but more on the short end, people are expected to play more there than in the long term.
In terms of the retail investors that have been playing in the market, we know that they were heavily burnt in 2008, 2009, and we're still really waiting for the re-emergence of these retail investors. When do you see this happening?
I believe, quite honestly, that with the recent steps being taken by the central bank from an AMCON perspective, and the expectation that there'll be more money based on political expenses to be incurred in the close of this year into next year, you will see a more responding or a more response from the retail investors in the short term. I think also you're seeing that a bit playing through asset management companies and so on and so forth, as their curiosity is heightened, but they want to go in with a guided hand. So yes, they will come in towards the end of the year, early next year.
Modupe, we've seen some interesting comments from the central bank governor, Eleni Giokos, in today's session, and it's really about the suitors and, of course, the four Nigerian banks that will possibly be bailed out or bought out going forward. What did you make of these comments?
I think for the first time we heard real validation of the many rumors that had been peddled in the last couple of months. I think also that the CBN has demonstrated an ability to fulfill according to their timelines that they have scheduled. So I believe that before the end of this year, we will see deals being done on those 4 institutions to which he referred.
Well, just taking a look at the general sentiment surrounding AMCON and, of course, all the rescued banks in Nigeria, we did see a resurgence of confidence coming back, and it seems that that is starting to wane. Do you think that most investors are starting to look at the downside as opposed to the upside, or do you think that some of the comments made by the governor in today's session could perhaps allay some of the fears?
I believe that the market is itself it's beginning to heal itself, because you've seen in the recent past a lot more strengthening of the results that we've seen coming out of the banking institutions. Over time, the AMCON and positive steps taken to meet the timelines of the AMCON can only serve to strengthen that resolve that we've seen already playing out. So I believe as the AMCON board is put in place, as the framework for how that AMCON board and the institution itself will operate, as we nail down on pricing issues and how the securities underlying the transactions will be deployed, we will definitely see a lot more confidence in the banking sector.
Modupe, your stock picks for the week, what are you looking at this point?
Almost fair to mention, but for us right now, we're still on the sidelines. Of course, you must play in banking, definitely, but on the sidelines, there's more interest in conglomerates and also in the building materials sector.
All right, we'll pick up from that very soon.